Another unboxing. Actually, this is a 53 quart refrigerator from BougeRV. And if you're not familiar with BougeRV, they sell refrigerators, solar panels, lots of things just for the RV market. Let's get this out of the box and we'll start a review of this. We plan on taking it with us on our next trip, which is tomorrow morning, and we'll see how this thing works. But let's get it out of the box first. Hey, another box.
Box in a box.
Box in a box.
Probably another box in there.
Styrofoam. Looks like it's very well packed. There it is.
Hey, wait.
Boop, boop, boop.
Okay, got
it. Okay. Well, all right.
What size is this?
53 quart. It's controls here. We'll get it plugged in. No, we can't plug it in yet. It's got to sit for, I like to let them sit for 24 hours. This has probably been upside down in shipping more than it's been right side up. You just never know. It's got a nice smooth finish on the lid. It comes with handles, and this is where the handles go right here. To do that ourselves. Here's the plate on the inside. Gives you suggested settings for different kinds of things.
There's a light.
Yeah. That should be a cord kit. And it's aluminum lined. Comes with a removable basket. And a divider in the middle. Nice seal here. Here's a light. We'll see what that looks like. And a good rubber seal all the way around.
Cutouts for...
Cutouts for tall bottles, I suppose, yeah. Right there. For tall things on one end. Well, okay. Let's see what's in the box.
Cables.
Okay, that looks like the 12-volt accessory cord, so you can plug it into a cigarette lighter or a 12-volt accessory socket on a portable power station. That's exactly what that is.
The handle.
Yeah, that's the handle kit.
It's metal.
And it comes with the necessary wrench for putting this on, so you don't need any special tools to do this. It comes with it.
Instructions manual.
Good.
And what's this?
What you got in there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the AC charging brick with the other side of the AC cord, so you can plug it into an outlet.
Yep.
Well, all right. Looks like you're hiding behind it.
It's that big.
You can come out from behind it, Linda. Well, we're going to wait for this to sit overnight. We're going to load it up in the trailer and take off with it. And over the next couple of days, we'll see what kind of power it draws. We'll get an idea of what it looks like inside, and we'll tell you all about it. Well, we did run into a small problem. The tool doesn't fit the Allen that they sent doesn't fit the size Allen screws here that are in the body of this thing. They're smaller. Now, this is the same refrigerator as the Joy Tutus. It's made in the same factory. And this did fit on the Joy Tutus, but it doesn't fit these. So I'm going to have to go grab an Allen wrench to do this. Well, there are steel inserts in here, which is a good thing. So these screws are not just seating into plastic, these are seating into steel inserts. So that ought to hold these handles real well. That means you can use these handles to tie this down in a pickup bed And this is really straightforward here. Don't crank them down too tight, just snug. Okay, the handle has a groove in it, so make sure you line it up when you put it in. Seat it home. There we go. All right, I'll go put the other side on. Now it does come with directions on how to do what I just showed you, putting those handles on. And the last thing that's in here that it comes with is 2 replacement pads, self-adhesive pads for the feet underneath this. In case you lose one or lose 2, these are rubber pads. Okay, the controls are pretty simple. It's touch screen, and you have to push and hold for 3 seconds. This is the on button. This one here that's flashing switches between Eco and Max. Max gives you a more aggressive cool down. Usually if you're just running it on refrigerator, you'll be running it on Eco mode. Over here, this plus and minus is to set the temperature. Now, right now, it's actually off. I can turn it on by holding this for 3 seconds. Now it's on. If I push one of these 2 buttons here, it'll tell me what the temperature is set at. And it's set at 34 degrees. And you'd push down here. Well, that's the plus. That's how you turn it up. And over here is how you turn it down. I'll just leave it on 34 degrees. That's where we usually run our refrigerator. But like I say, I need this to sit for until tomorrow morning. I'm going to turn it off. And now it's off. There it is, ready to go. Now, these normally chill down in about 20 minutes or a half an hour. So when I get up tomorrow, I can come out here and turn this thing on. And by the time we leave, it'll already be chilled down. Well, I've had this going for about 3 days now. And I have it set at, 32 degrees. And I've been keeping an eye on the temperature here. And it keeps going between about, 34 degrees and 40 degrees. So I have it set at 32. Right now it's at 34, saying 34. This is going to kick on pretty soon. So it's been kicking on and going from about 34 down to about 28 on this reading. And it's been maintaining an average inside of around 35 degrees. Now, even though this one says 40 degrees, I'm betting that down there in the bottom, it's closer to about 32 degrees. Because this is up here at the top, so, you know. But you got to expect that. It's a good idea to keep a thermometer inside so that you can keep track of exactly what's going on. Okay, now I've just started the test on this BougeRV 53 quart refrigerator. And first of all, inside, I've got 2 1-gallon jugs full of water. This is pre-cooled now. Everything is stable. It's been at the same temperature now for several hours. So it's all stable. It's set at 34 degrees and it's on eco mode. And in 12 hours, we'll see how many watts it used, how many watt hours it used. Right now we're starting out at 0. And 12 hours from now, and that'll give us a good idea of how many watt hours this will use in a 24-hour period. Well, after 12 hours, it's right at 140 watt hours, so it's averaging about, right around 12 watt hours per hour. So it's very efficient. It's been very quiet and doing its job. Okay. Okay, there you go. This is on eco mode. It's about 46, 47 decibels. That's pretty quiet. Okay, now with the refrigerator on max mode, it's just a little louder. I can't really hear the difference very much. When you switch it from eco mode up to max, you just hear the compressor speed up just a little bit, but it doesn't really make much more sound. Okay, so we've seen that while this is running like over a 24-hour period, it's only using about 13 watt hours per hour, which is really efficient. You're going to be able to run it a long time off a power unit or even off a car battery, you know. And so if you're out camping for a day, it's going to work just fine that way. Now it does have protection on it to keep it from draining your battery dead. And it's got 3 settings on the side, and you can see them right here. There's a switch. Low, high, and medium. Low on the bottom, high in the middle, medium on top. And it says that on low, it'll turn this off at 9.6 volts. And on medium, it'll turn the refrigerator off at 10.1 volts. And on high, it'll turn it off at 11.3 volts. You would use high if you were running this off your car battery and you didn't want to run that battery so dead that it wouldn't start your car. This will turn your battery off at 11.3 volts. And you'd want to watch anyway. You wouldn't want to run your car battery that low, but this does keep you from getting stuck out in the remote areas somewhere. Medium is something you would use like on a deep cycle battery, and this will turn this off at 10.1 volts, so it won't take your deep cycle down below that. And on low, this would be like if you're running it on a lithium battery, this will shut it off at 9.6 volts. Over here on this side, you can see what it's like on a 24 volt system, where it would shut it off. And over here, you can see where it turns it back on again. Like if you got it set on high at 11.3 for a shut off, when that power goes back up to 12.5, it'll kick it back on again. Now I got this running right now. You can hear it's really quiet. And what I'm testing right now is the power consumption between Eco and Max. On Max mode, it's drawing about, up to 75 watts. Right now it's drawing about 71, 72 watts. And when I flip it down to Eco mode, which I'm doing right now, that'll start dropping and it'll go right on down to about 39 watts. There it comes right on down. If you have it set on freezer, using it as a freezer and not a refrigerator, count on it using about twice as much power. I did a cool down test on this from 70 degrees down to 32 degrees, was almost exactly 20 minutes. Okay, on max mode, this went from room temperature of about 70 degrees down to -4 degrees Fahrenheit in about 57 minutes. With these 12 volt compressor refrigerators, they cool right on down real fast. But if you have to get it chilled down really quick, like you put some frozen food in here and you need to get the thing down fast, to me, that's when you would use max mode. One thing you'll find is there's a happy setting on freezer mode between keeping this side frozen and this compartment over here not frozen. And this is about the size of it. You can get like a good 6-pack of beer or soda on this side easily. I use this side for keeping fruits and vegetables and for just cold drinks. But I found out that when I run this side at -4 degrees, this side over here will go below freezing. But if I run this side at 0 degrees, this side over here stays at about 34. So I'm still got a freezer and I still got a refrigerator on the other side over here. You'd have to play with yours just to find out what that little happy setting is. You can adjust the temperature on this from -4 degrees Fahrenheit to +50 Fahrenheit. And for the rest of the world, that would be -18 Celsius to +10 degrees Celsius. Well, if you're curious how much this will hold, I read that it'll hold 16 bottles of red wine, but I think only Montanans put their red wine in a cooler. But it'll easily hold a week's worth of food for Linda and I. This is the same size refrigerator we use all the time, and a 53 quart. and it easily holds everything for a week for us: milk, drinks, cold water, vegetables, everything we want to put in here. We're good for a good solid week. I got a comment from one of my viewers that said that his refrigerator, a different brand, but he said that after 2 years it was running constantly and it wasn't cooling anymore. And one thing you need to do is you need to check these fins inside here, just like the cooling fins on your house refrigerator. If you haven't cleaned those in a while, that house refrigerator is going to be running a long time at a time, or maybe never shutting off. But you can just take a flashlight and you can shine it right in through here, and you can see those little aluminum cooling fins, and you can see the blades of the fan. And just like a ceiling fan that gets all gunked up with dust on the leading edges, that cooling fan in there will do the same thing. So every year or so, or more often, like I've mentioned in other videos, you have to take this cover off down here and you need to clean that. A good way to clean it is with a car vacuum that's got that little minuscule crevice tool, and you can just go and clean it off, or you can very gently wipe off with a damp rag. But you need to clean these like anything. Now I want to take this off. I'm going to see what kind of compressor it has and see how neat the circuitry is inside, just because I want to know. There are some wires attached on this side down in here. I'm going to leave them attached. I'm just kind of pivoting this out of the way. It's a WAN Cool compressor. They've been in business many years. I looked them up before. They make industrial refrigeration, medical refrigeration, residential, amongst other things. And everything looks pretty neat in here. This is that fan. It's like a computer fan, a big one. And there's the cooling fins behind it, those blue fins. And you just need to make sure this is clean. And this would be just like the cooling stuff on your computer. Now, normally you have these things down sitting on the floor, so they're going to collect a lot of dust, especially if you have a pet with pet hair. That's going to plug that up. If you don't feel like doing this, then just take it into an RV shop or something and have somebody do this. It just shine, like I say, shine the light in there and see if it needs done. And if it does, take it in and have it done. Now, BougeRV may not like me doing this on a refrigerator review, but I think it's better than having people own them for a year or two and having that get clogged up and then complaining, when there's actually nothing wrong with the refrigerator. All told, I think it's good value for the money. You can pay a lot more for a refrigerator, but I think these will last a good long time. This one looks like it's built really solid. Check the video description down below this video to look for a discount code from BougeRV. And if you like the video, you know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you around.